Howdy, folks. Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. From the Daily Caller, the IRS placed a lien on Hunter Biden for about $113,000 in unpaid taxes from year he served on the Burisma board. Liar, cheater, deadbeat father, coke addict, drug addict. I think it's crack, actually, whatever. But, and then got kicked out of the service. This guy's a major loser, dragging his father down. Has the IRS turned on the Democrats? They were totally against conservatives and Christians, putting much pressure on 501c3 churches and not approving them, many through the Obama regime. But now, are they turning? Oh, what happened here? We have a problem, Houston. The IRS placed a tax lien on Hunter Biden for $112,000 in unpaid taxes from 2015. According to records the Daily Caller News Foundation obtained, Biden served on the boards of the Ukrainian natural gas company Burisma Holdings and the Chinese private equity firm BHR Partners in 2015. Biden has been accused of refusing to provide basic information about his finances in an ongoing paternity case in Arkansas of baby London Roberts, the hooker or stripper he had butt sex with, as well as getting her pregnant. The IRS placed a tax lien on Hunter Biden, seeking $112,000 in unpaid taxes from 2015, according to records the Daily Caller News Foundation obtained. The federal agency issued the previously unreported lien in November of 2018, and it seeks unpaid taxes for a year in which Biden, the son of former Vice President Joe Biden, served on the boards of the Ukrainian natural gas company Burisma Holdings and the Chinese private equity firm BHR Partners. We have made a demand for payment of this liability, but it remains unpaid, the IRS stated in the lien notice, which it filed with the Washington, D.C. Recorder of Deeds. Therefore, there is a lien in the favor of the United States on all property and rights to property belonging to this taxpayer for the amount of these taxes. The tax lien was issued against Hunter Biden and his ex-wife, Kathleen Biden, but was delivered to the same address Hunter Biden has on file with Connecticut's judicial branch, an address that is also linked to his law firm, Owasco PC. Meanwhile, in this case, with Hunter Biden's London baby Roberts, he claims that he is bankrupt with a mansion and laundering $150 million, according to a private eye Casey out of Florida. His last name is Casey. Right-wing conspiracy theory, but he's a private eye. He's not really a conspiracy theorist. Hunter Biden's lawyer, George Messias, did not return multiple requests for comments asking whether Hunter Biden's unpaid taxes from 2015 were related to his work with Burisma or BHR Partners and whether the lien has been released. Of course, he did not return. Washington, D.C. also placed a tax lien against Hunter and Kathleen Biden. Remember, that's his wife. It's very confusing, yes. His ex-wife, Kathleen. Now he's married to a new woman who he got pregnant out of Australia, who's 32 years old, and she's pregnant. Meanwhile, he's got this stripper suing him for child support of her 16-month-old baby, who Hunter Biden is the father of. And she's already proved in a DNA case. Hunter Biden was appointed to the board of Burisma in 2014, a post he held until 2019, 5 whole years. Hunter Biden did not receive any direct compensation for Burisma. Rather, the Ukrainian company wired funds to Rosemont Seneca Bohai, there's the laundering here, and an American firm controlled by Hunter Biden's longtime business partner, Devon Archer. Between And Devin Archer is included in this money laundering of $150 million I reported last. Between June 2014 and October 2015, RSB wired a total of $708,000 to Hunter Biden for undisclosed purposes while RSB was receiving funds from Burisma. But the private eye says it's $150 million. During that 17-month time frame in June of 2015, Rosemont Seneca Bohai obtained a 20% equity stake in BHR Partners, the Chinese private equity firm that Hunter Biden served on the board of starting in 2013. And this private eye with $150 million has access and is given access to these online bank records of Hunter Biden, proving $150 million. This is amazing. We'll see what happens here. But boys, Hunter, the deadbeat loser, dragging Joe Biden down. Hunter Biden announced in October that he would resign from BHR's board by the end of that month, but Chinese business records, the DCNF accessed on December 29th, still lists him as a member of the firm's board. It never stops, does it? Kathleen Biden filed for divorce from Hunter Biden in 2016. She said in court documents that they faced a shocking and overwhelming amount of debts, including maxed out credit card debt, double mortgages on both real properties they own, and tax debt of at least $300,000. Big deal. So, in other words, he's not only a deadbeat father, but he doesn't pay his bills, even though he has millions of dollars in the bank. Kathleen Biden accused Hunter Biden of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on his own interests, including drugs, alcohol, prostitutes, strip clubs, and gifts for women with whom he had sexual relations, while leaving the family with no funds to pay legitimate bills. You see, Hunter, if you would have at least paid your bills, your Kathleen Biden would have stayed with you, even if you were having sex with all these different people. They finalized their divorce in 2017. The revelation that the IRS is seeking $112,000 in unpaid taxes from Hunter Biden comes as he's the subject of an ongoing paternity case in Arkansas, as we already know, London Roberts, and their 16-month-old baby. It's sickening, but Hunter Biden is loaded with corruption, pay for play with his father, Quid Pro Joe. It's sickening. And it's not going to stop there, folks. You got Adam Schiff. There's proof already that Adam Schiff was paid through Ukraine in money laundering. Nancy Pelosi and her son, Paul Pelosi, same thing. And you also have John Kerry. And I forgot his name. John Kerry and another man involved in. There's just so. This whole coup d'etat has been working with Ukraine to try and destroy Trump from the very beginning, to put him in prison. All of them. They're all doing it. And many of them are still getting paid. And meanwhile, the prosecutor that was investigating it got fired. That Trump when Trump was talking to the current president of Ukraine to get it investigated. Since then, now that new prosecutor, who is straight up, was fired. So we'll see what happens here. But the president of Ukraine definitely wants it and help Donald Trump and get it investigated, because he's a good president so far. We'll see what happens, but boy, what a mess. And the fact that Donald Trump is calling out Nancy Pelosi and her son, Paul Pelosi, I think they're next on the burner for being investigated. Thank you for listening.